All right, so for number 1 and 2, all you need to know is that we have y equals mx plus b. The m is a slope, the b is the y-intercept, and it's telling you, all right, what is the equation of the line that has a slope of 5 and a y-intercept of -6? So my slope is going to be the 5, the b is going to be a minus since it's a -6, and we just look for the one that has that pattern. So 5x minus 6 would be b. Okay, so go ahead and try out number 2. Number 2 is the same thing. Now the other ones that have this same thing is number 17. Number 17, I have y equals mx plus b form. It's asking for the rate of change. So the rate of change is the slope. So right here, this is a positive 8. So my m, my rate of change, is going to be 8. And same thing for number 18. All right, let's try one of the harder ones. What is the rate of change in y? All right, so we have this function right here. So I have 12x plus 4y equals 8. Now to find the slope, we can move it or we can use the formula. There's a slope formula is the opposite of the a number divided by the b number. So this is in standard form, ax plus by equals c. So my a number is this 12, so the opposite of a positive is going to be -12 divided by, and then right here, the b number is the 4. So just type that in your calculator, and you're going to get -3. So when I put it here, the negative goes in the first box, and the 3 goes over here in this last box. And there you go. Opposite of the a number divided by the b number. Same thing here. This is in the standard form setup. So do the same thing. The opposite of my a number divided by my b number. Okay? All right, for this one, you already know that you have stat. Go ahead and push stat. Only use the first 2 points. All right, to find the slope, you're going to use the stat feature. Now remember, when you have it like this, the x has to go in order. So it's -7.5 and then -3.5. For the y, the first one is 12, then it's going to be 0. That's how you're going to put it into stat. I know this is a little bit new. The graph of linear function of f passes through the point -2, -3, and has a slope of -3. What is the 0 of the function? So we need to use the calculator for this. All right. So we actually need to put this in a new formula setup. I want you to write this down. This is called point slope form. All right, this is something new, point slope form. I want you to put y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. All right. So the reason we have this point slope is because they give us a point and they give us the slope. So if I have the point -2 to -3, that's going to be x1, y1. My slope, m, equals -3. Okay? So from here, my equation is y, and then if I have a minus y1 -3, that's going to change. A negative and a negative is going to be a positive. The slope is -3, parentheses x, and this is a minus, and then I have a -2. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit so we can put it in the calculator. A negative and a negative, that gives you a positive. So really this is y plus 3 equals -3, parentheses x. A negative and a negative is plus 2. All right. Now I want to put this in the calculator so we can find the zeros. but the y is not by itself. All you have to do is move a plus 3. What is the opposite of plus 3? Put it way back here as a minus 3. So this is what I'm going to put in the calculator. Y equals -3 parentheses x plus 2 parentheses minus 3. Let's just plug this in the calculator so we can find the 0. I push y equals -3 parentheses x plus 2 parentheses minus 3. So that's a negative, that's a minus. Push trace. Right. So right here we have, that's the y-intercept, but it wants the 0. So move your marker. All right, move it over here as close as you can to this line. We're going to push second trace. We're looking for the 0. It'll actually give it to us. Left bound 3 times to the left. 1, 2, 3. Enter. And then right bound 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Enter, enter. So my 0 of the function is -3, 0. All right. So the 0 equals -3, 0. All right, this one is pretty difficult. I'm going to do this one for y'all because we haven't seen point slope. So keeping in this, watch. -1, -9. That's my x1, y1. Slope, m equals 3. So if I put it in my format, y, and then think of it as like the opposite. A negative is really just the opposite of what we have here. So a negative and a -1, that's going to be a +1. Equals, the slope is 3, parentheses x, and again I have a negative and another negative. No, wait, hold on. Did I mess up? Yeah, I messed up. This is a 9. Sorry about that, guys. This is y1. This is the negative, and the negative is going to be +1. All right. Now they went opposite because there's these negatives, and then the formula has negatives. Okay. So all you have to do is move the 9 over here. What is the opposite of a +9? It's going to be a -9. So y equals 3 parentheses x plus 1 close parentheses minus 9. Let's put this in the calculator. Okay, here, 3 parentheses x plus 1 parentheses minus 9. And let's push trace. Okay, we push trace. This is the y-intercept, but I need to find the 0, which is the x-intercept. So move your little marker over here. All right. Once you get as close as you can, second trace, and you do have to move the marker. You have to move it. 0, 1, 2, 3, enter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, enter, enter. My 0 is 2, 0. 2, 0. All right. For number 15 and 16, you're using the numeric solver. Just in case you forgot, you have to push math and then scroll up. All right. So you push the math button right here, go up right here, you're gonna see the numeric solver. All right, type it in, 5 parentheses x plus 3, close parentheses, 20, graph, graph, and your answer is +1. If you have a positive, just put the number. Don't worry about putting a positive. Just put the number, right? Same thing for number 16. Number 13 is also the numeric solver. Number 13 and 14 are both numeric solvers. All right. Go to calculator, go to calculator. Now this one, when you have h of x, remember this format, it could be a g, it could be whatever. This is just y equals, okay? So go to y equals, put this in y equals 6x minus 3. Then you're going to push second graph. And look for the x number. That's for 11 and 12. Let's go to y equals, type this in y equals, second graph, and look for your x. Okay. Now again, we have another point slope. Number 9 and 10 are point slope. So here I have 5, 8, that's x1, y1. And then my slope is negative 3. So remember my formula, y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1, right? So for my y number, this is a positive 8 and this is a minus. So that's going to stay as y minus 8 equals m parentheses x. And over here, this is a minus with a positive number, so it's going to stay as a minus 5. All right, and this 3 should be a negative 3. Sorry, the m should be negative 3. I messed up on this one. All right, so the only one that here is going to match. The 3 helps a lot. The slope, it has to be the m, the negative 3. So you can get rid of these and these. And the only one that has the correct pattern is G. All right. So right here, my slope is negative 5. So that means that this needs to be a negative 5. You can cross out this one, cross out this one. All right. If I have a positive 2, it's supposed to be a minus. All right. If I have a 7, it's supposed to be a minus. All right. This is stat right here. Just remember for your stat, you have negative 5, 12, and then you have 6, negative 10. All right. Make sure you put them in the right order for stat. This one is the numeric solver. Again, using your calculator for 5 and 6. It's the numeric solver. All right, graph the line of 3x minus 4. Okay, so this is the most important part right here. Negative 4 is your y-intercept. So here, you're going to start on the bottom. All you need to do is put this in the calculator. 3x minus 4. Push trace, and we're going to get the points. We're going to tell the calculator to tell us what the point for 1 is. If I push 1, enter, so I have 1, negative 1. So 1, negative 1 can tell us a point. Now what you can also do is just go to second graph and you can get these points here. Okay, so look for the point 2, 2 is another one. So 2 to the right, up 2. Next one is going to be 3, 5, or you can push trace. If I push trace and I push 3 equals 3, enter, it'll give me 3, 5. However you want to see it. And that's our line. Okay, so you just use the calculator, but just remember the y-intercept, go ahead and start there. So my y-intercept is positive 3. That means I'm going to start right here, positive 3. Plug it in the calculator and use the table or use the trace. All right, use table or use trace. So y equals negative 2x plus 3, second graph. I can get the points here if you want to, or I can push trace. And I can do like negative 1, enter. All right, so negative 1, 5. I need at least another point. I can push 1, I can push 2. All right, it's going to give you points as long as you keep going, right? And just draw it out.